I'm Gary from Paddleboard Specialists, and I'm out in Santa Barbara, California, testing new Starboard race boards. And this is the 14 by 25 Sprint brushed carbon. It's a rocket ship. I was totally amazed how much stability this board had. I'm relatively light, 158 pounds today. The highly cut in standing area makes a huge difference. It allows me also to get additional leverage with my paddle. The shape on this board is a bit different than the All-Star, and in a minute we'll bring over Starboard designer Brian Syzmanski to talk about this with us. But it has more of a displacing bow than some of the other models in the line, a little flatter rocker line, and once I found the sweet spot on it, absolutely flies. I can easily do 15 strokes a side. Can't think of a thing that I wouldn't like about in flat water, in rougher conditions, or in situations where I would want to do a lot of buoy turns. The one issue that will come up is because the water drains all the way to the tail. When you sink the tail, this area is going to get a bunch of water in it, and so you're going to move your way back forward, and that water is going to drain out. So think of it as a flat water race board, a really light chop race board, a super fast fun touring board. But if you have a race with a lot of buoy turns, probably going to want to go All-Star. I'm Gary from Paddleboard Specialists, and I'm here in Santa Barbara Harbor today with Starboard designer Brian Syzmanski.
Yeah. And
he's going to give us a brief discussion of the differences between his All-Star and his Sprint race series in the 14-foot length for 2013. We have one of each right here behind us. We've been testing them this morning. And Brian, tell us the differences.
Okay, so you can see there's a difference in the bow. On the Sprint board, we got more of a piercing bow, ultimately designed for flat water. Clean, less wake, a nice clean cut, a deep tray to get your center of gravity nice and low so you can get a nice solid deeper stroke. And a tray goes all the way out the back. Similar deck configuration. We can kind of cut over to the All-Star. The All-Star is more of a all-around board. It has a tray to get your center of gravity low again, but then you can see the back is filled in and nice and flat. So if you're doing in and outs through the surf, or you're doing a lot of buoy turns, it allows you to plant your foot wherever you need to do it and get the buoy turn in. Similar rails, you know, on the All-Star they're a little bit rounder. All of them are tucked with an edge to get release and to help you go to glide sooner. These are a little bit rounder. You know, a lot of it has to do with changing conditions. Normally on the flat water board, you're pretty much in pristine flat water conditions. You can get away with a more vertical line going to the back because you're not going to get pushed around by the wind. Whereas on the all-around board, you need a little bit more forgiving rail.
I've been paddling the Sprint 14 by 25 brushed carbon. Brian, how can it be that this board's only 25 wide and it feels every bit as stable as the M&M 14 US carbon race board I raced on all last year?
Yeah, so there's a few little things that we did. Obviously this deep tray gets your center of gravity lower for stability. That's kind of something we've always done with our designs. But the next thing is you go into a bottom that's got a single concave and a tucked rail with a nice edge. And these are things that you think of right off the bat. You're like, well, you know, a round bottom is less drag through the water. Well, what we're after for speed is we're after lift and glide. And go to glide. As quick as you can get up and go to glide in between your strokes. And that's what this concave, which adds stability as well, and this edge, that's what it does for you. So we're kind of after, it's a little different design theory, I guess, than some designers, but we've had success with it, and this is where we're going.